Welcome to episode 77 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just act like Spider-Man and kick all of our issues off of random buildings and watch them splatter on the ground, Steven. Because that's what Spider-Man does. I don't know if you know this, but Steven, I've been playing Spider-Man the video games. I played 2 Spider-Man games recently, and something that comes up a lot, like way more often than you'd imagine, is I just back kick villains in the face and they fall off of buildings, never to be heard from again.
Yeah, dude, when I was playing Miles, like one of the first missions, like really wants you to test out your like shock powers. And I got surrounded by like the stronger villains. I just like climbed like a building. And I was like, and like 2 of them followed, and I was like, "Hey-ya!" You're off the building, buddy. Like I'm not gonna actually fight you. Like there's too many.
I'll kick you off a building like a Spartan, like a spider Spartan. And that's it. Like this is Spider-Man kick. Like that's it.
That's it,
dude. Like I was expecting. So we beat the first. My son and I beat the first Spider-Man game. We were like, that was amazing. I was waiting for some kind of silly joke at the end where it's like, oh, it's a good thing I put all those webs down before I fought crime, or something like stupid, like, and then you just see all the villains that like drop down, but like, no, I murdered so many people in that game. like I was straight like opposite of Batman in that game. I was just like all day murdering. Steven,
I was red hooding that. So that's what I was doing.
Gosh, yeah. The streets ran red with villain blood. Thanks to
I wish it would have done the opposite. I wish it would have played like all around me are familiar. It's just all the corpses of all the people you killed. Like it's just like
amazing.
Thug 3. It's like
so, since we're on the subject, Steven, and everyone listening, I have a question. I have a question for you, and it's been plaguing my mind. It's been plaguing my brain. It's been like my it's got my gears going, Steven. Steven, Spider-Man wears both gloves and shoes. How does he stick to walls, Steven? How does he stick to walls? Okay. So Sam Raimi
was wearing fingerless gloves.
so Sam Raimi tried to do like the like pubescent, like I have these like thick like new hairs sprouting out of my body, like oh, my fingers have like these weird like hair tendrils. Now, first of all, that's like that posits that he can only stick with his hands, which means he's constantly activating all of his muscles to keep his body in a certain position on the wall. Crazy. Like that would be which is fine. He's a superhero. He has superpowers. I've seen him lift cars. No big deal. However, what that also posits is he can't just stand on walls like horizontally, like perpendicular to the wall, the way we often see Spider-Man standing. He can't run up a building the way we often see Spider-Man running up a building. So like there's more to it. It can't just be finger hairs. It has to be like there's something more going on. But what's going on with his feet? He's wearing shoes, so it's not like, so it can't be like he has a sticky foot, right? So
I'm just imagining like it's like one of those things, like, when you become like a server for hospitality, you see how the banquets are made. So like you see how it's done and it's not as fancy or magical to you anymore.
Right.
I'm just imagining like you meet Spider-Man, he's just like, so how do you stick to walls if you're wearing gloves and boots? That's the secret. I paint my hands so it looks like I'm wearing a suit there. So wait, your boots? Oh yes, they're just boot toppers. Like you know those cheap Halloween costumes that just have the boot toppers? That's what my costume basically is. So you're just running around New York barefoot?
Just leaving spider prints everywhere. So although it would be great if he did, like, can you imagine Peter Parker trying to get away? And he's like, I promise I'm not Spider-Man. Pete, you've been caught red-handed. Yeah. But like Peter, so okay, but like we know he's wearing gloves, we know he's wearing shoes, so clearly it's not a physical thing. It's more of like an aura thing, or like a magnetic thing, like like electromagnetic, like some sort of.
We're thinking like even like a Dragon Ball Z character, how their aura is around them, like it's just like their essence. It just who they are is who they are.
So Steven, now. Can any part of Spider-Man's body stick to a wall?
I like where you're going with this, first of all.
Yeah. So can he? No, okay, hang on. I feel like we're going to, first of all, thank you all for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button. I promise we're going to actually talk about something. Every week we get together and we do our best to make comic books in the world. Most recently, it's been a supernatural action comedy comic book about basically becoming the best version of yourself and shaking the demons out and doing all the good stuff. But it's fun. It's going to be great. However, that's not what we're talking about right now. This is a Spider-Man episode, Steven.
So Spider-Man can worm up the wall then, right?
Right. That's what I'm
If
thinking.
this theory checks.
If this theory checks out, like, okay, if shoes, if he can make his shoes stick to the wall, he doesn't have to have actual contact with the wall. Is it like a weight distribution thing? Maybe he's just like, oh, wherever I put my hands or my feet, there is a weight there, and makes a new gravity. Maybe it does have to be hands and feet. Maybe. Like, I don't know. But what I do know is that, like, I've never read an actual explanation for this, and I've only ever seen it in comics and movies where he's just like climbing on walls, running up walls. No real explanation for it. I don't know. So is it like a polar thing? I just want to know if Spider-Man's like up on a wall and he goes, whoa, and he goes to fall, will his butt save him? Like, no webs involved. Will his butt be like, gotcha, bro? And just like,
the cheeks of justice have saved me once again.
This is America's butt. Yeah. But it's crazy. Anyway, but I don't know if there's actually an answer. If anyone has an answer, let us know in the comments. Let us know what your theories are. I want to know whether or not you think Spider-Man's butt can stick to a wall. That's what I want.
I want to know who's patching the buildings, because like we've all discussed like who's cleaning up the webs, and it's like, right. Oh, well, the webs biodegrade in 24 hours, whatever. But man, he has so many villains that don't have wall climbing capabilities, but do, like Doc Ock, who just jams his octo arms in the walls. Scorpion does the same thing with his tail. Venom can climb walls with his hands, but still prefers to sink his fingers.
Let's sink my fingers right into all this concrete.
Yeah. So like, who's patching all this concrete? And like, what happens if the villain grabs the same spot he's grabbed?
What I'm thinking is perhaps the Sinister Six is being secretly funded by big concrete. See, because like, who else is profiting from the destruction of all of those buildings but big concrete? Like, there is a like a mafioso crew of, you know, like unionizers who are just like,
churning mud.
Turning, that's it.
Listen, we got to find ways to pay for our pension.
It's
so
just like,
here's the deal.
It's just like Sandman. He's just out there. He's like, I use a bit of myself. I use a bit of myself.
Sandman is, or what if like we're thinking like Sandman's just like the like Charlie Kelly of like the Always Sunny Sinister Six, and like his job is to just patch the holes in the wall so they can climb them later.
It does make sense. I mean, he is a hero. I mean, he's a anti-hero. He helps out. He
helps out. He patches.
Oh man, so
he gets with the what was the Aqua character's name? The water dude.
Oh, Hydro.
Yeah, Hydro. So simple.
Or Hydro.
Him and Hydro just get together and they just patch everything.
Just work together. We're doing it. Okay, so Steven, back on track. We got this. Every week we talk about what we wanted to get done and what we actually got done and kind of what got in the way. So what did you want to do this week?
I wanted to get 10 and 11 done. I did get 10 done, which is right here. And I have most of the roughs done of 11, so that's good. I didn't finish, so it's a failure. I'm not going to say it's a success. It's a failure, but I did finally like break through my slump and finish page 10 and get progress on 11. So I'm like back on the climb again, you know, because I kind of took a little hiatus there.
Yeah, dude. But page 10 looks phenomenal. Like, it looks
it's
so
nuts.
I love
there's so much going on. Yeah,
I love that page, and I think like you hit like some really cool expressions and stuff, and I think like with color it's gonna be crazy.
You're gonna have fun with that one because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, dude. And flatting is so interesting when it comes to like those big crazy pages where it's like, oh, okay.
And that's why like I did do like the varying grays, so you can kind of see what I'm seeing a little bit, and then you can just choose those grays and recolor them if you want, because I usually send you the full Photoshop file. So you can choose to use the flats I've done or just recolor over all of it. I don't care. I just wanted to like kind of show you what I was seeing so you know what's what, you know, because like I always wonder how they do it in like Marvel and DC when they have those really like convoluted pages, like the colorist just figures it out. Like there's no paint by numbers here. So what are they doing? Like
sometimes it's nuts, dude. Like, I mean, it's like I look at like paint by numbers and stuff for sale at my work all the time, and like sometimes it gets like the adult paint by numbers gets like crazy with like the tiny little like a million numbers in there with like so many, like a whole rainbow variation of colors, and I'm like, who's doing this? You know, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, number 456 Hooker's green, got it. You know, like that was one iris of someone in the back. You know. But that's how it feels sometimes. Like looking, like it is kind of overwhelming to see some of those pages. I'm like, oh, there's a lot going on, and I could do anything. And like that freedom is stifling sometimes. Like, you know, like Dude, when you can do anything, it's like sometimes you get frozen in decisions. Like, what do I do? I guess everything.
Because anything broadens that spectrum of not great, and you know what I'm saying? Like it makes it really difficult. Like that freedom is very, like you're saying, like it's very like imprisoning. Like it really is. I don't know why. It's so strange.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just overwhelming, you know. But dude, I wanted to get. I said I was gonna aim for 3 pages, which was like ridiculous.
Which was pretty. That was pretty. Yeah, that was a little. Yeah.
But I got 2.5 done, and I think I got 2.5 done, and I think they look great. Like I'll show them here, but like I got most of my stuff done. I've had a weird week, just like every week. I have a weird week. Steven, I don't know if you noticed this, but I got punched in the face this week by my green screen, Steven.
Oh my god!
If you look, I forget which side it's on. I think it's on this side. But like, there's a
you're gonna start being like, wow, like you're
wow. No, it's wow. Dude. Okay, so last week I was like, I had the idea. I was like, excuse me. I had the idea that okay, so our friend of the podcast, Jess, made these incredible, cool kind of like ad signs for us where like our podcast is up on billboards, it's on shoes, it's on like Kevin Smith, it's on all kinds of cool stuff. And like Jess put in all this work, and I love all these things, but I was like, I haven't had like a really great way to use them yet, you know? So I'm like, I want to use them, but I also don't want to just throw it away, you know? So I was like, I have an idea. I'm gonna get the green screen, I'm gonna put the green screen behind me and I'll just project them in the back. And they'll just like be behind me all the time. And I was like, that's a cool idea. So I started doing it, but it was like a last second, like, oh wait, what if I did this sort of thing? And I was like, oh crap, I don't know if I can set it up. And I was having trouble just setting it up because I don't have like something to hold the green screen properly. So I was like, all right, I'll just figure this out later. I went to fold it, and dude, like I was like, oh, I can't fold it while we're filming. So I threw it off to the side. As soon as we were done filming, I was like, gotta fold up this green screen. I went to dude, I can't believe this happened. Like, I went to fold it down, and just the corner, I mean, the rounded like frame edge of it just went, bah! Just like perfectly got me, like pop, like, and it was loud. It was like, and it was one of those hits that was like, no one's around, but I'm just like, you know, like it just like.
That spot on your nose too can make your eyes tear up for no reason. Like it's not even like an actual cry. It's just this.
It was bad, but like no, but it got me so perfectly that I just like had to sit there for a second, like, oh, that sucked, you know, like one of like, well, and then I folded it up. And I was like, that's fine. But I had a weird week, dude. So I got punched in the face by my green screen. Then you and I have been working on a cover song that we're gonna like eventually release. And I was like, I have a little bit of time between coloring. I'm gonna put on my headphones. I'm gonna sing my heart out. I'm gonna sing this song. So I'm like, I put the headphones on. I'm singing. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting into it. My dog starts barking in the background, and I can hear him through the headphones. So I'm like, this isn't good. I don't want, you know, he's going to ruin everything. I'm going to have to do like a million takes of this. It's going to ruin my life. So I take my headphones off, toss them on my bed, go talk to the dog. I'm like, hey, like, please stop. And he's like, I will not stop. I don't understand English. And I was like, a little bit. And he's like, no. So
listen, the ghosts are getting the cranberries, Anthony. I don't know what that means, man. I don't think you know what cranberries are. You've never had a cranberry. I don't know why you're saying cranberry.
I don't know English. But so the dog was giving the ghost cranberries, and I was just like, enough of this. So I come back in my room, and I go to pick up the headphones, and when I lift them up, I see that I just like perfectly like Bullseye from Daredevil perfectly threw my headphones directly onto the screen of my phone. And it was like, it was
nuts.
Such a perfect like confluence of nonsense, like a series of unfortunate events physically that my phone just cracked my phone and left all the like crazy digital matrix lines across the whole thing. So I was like, well, there goes my entire life. You know, I was like, now that, you know, it's really crazy.
I have no connection to the world anymore.
Yeah. So I started a fire. I danced around it. I got naked. I was like, I'm going to start a revolution.
I am who created fire. From now on, whenever we inadvertently destroy something with our precise bullseye skills, we need to go bullseye every time, okay? Oh, Colin Farrell, I hope your penguin is somehow better than Bullseye.
Dude, I can't wait. I have such high hopes for this Batman movie. So, dude, okay, I'm gonna look at it this way. I got a new phone, and I wasn't planning. I'm one of those people who will like run shoes into the ground. I will run phones into the ground. I had a flip phone when people were like, "What is that? Is that a is that like a trapper keeper? Like, you know, like I
It's
don't
a
have
relic from a lost age.
yeah. So I'll just like I don't like I'll have it forever. And I would have never bought a new phone. I would have just had it until literally something like that happened. That's how it works. So I'm pretty thankful for it because my new phone is awesome, and it, you know, it's like it's nice. It was nice to have that excuse to kind of like treat myself. So I was like, fine. It sucked to like, you know, have to pay for it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm glad that, you know, I got through that. Otherwise, dude, I've been like, it's so weird. I'm having a really weird life right now, Steven, because
You mean like a really great life right now, maybe?
yes, I think that's the thing, Steven. What's going on? Okay, so I have this thing, and I don't know if this happens to other people, but like I have this weird, like diametrically opposed, like inverted situation where my home life, like my real fleshy meat sack, yeah, like like outer net life is great. Like everything's going so great. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Like I'm in this relationship with like a really fantastic person. She is just like wonderful and lovely and supportive and just cool and fun to spend time with.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
dog is awesome.
so 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 you and I obviously still have a great relationship. Like like you and Tina are amazing. Love you guys. My relationship with Atlas is incredible and like as good as ever, you know. Like my parents and I get along. Like everything's going well. Even my work is fine most of the time. You know, I get the occasional like frustration with customers and stuff, but like mostly I'm like everyone's happy. Everything's great. But like online, like on the internet, like social media and stuff, I just feel like lost a little bit, you know, right now. And it's weird because I'm just like I'm kind of struggling in a way that like I'm not used to struggling on social media, because normally what I do is I just post the random things that I think of, and either people like them or they don't, and that's it. But lately I've been kind of like I've been seeing things and like I don't know. I've been getting in like little funks where I'm like I don't really feel like posting anything, and then I'm like, oh well, if I don't post something, then there's nothing for people to like, and if there's nothing for people to like, they're not gonna like me, and then they're not gonna be there for me, and they're not gonna like want to support me and more of this community, and I won't have any friends, and no one likes me, and I don't know what's going on. And it's just weird, dude. Because then I'm like, then what happens is I get in my own head, and I'm like, I need to post something funny, and then like when you do that,
It makes it not fun. It makes it
yeah, so it makes it
miserable.
not fun, and it also makes me way less likely to actually have any kind of thoughts that are entertaining or worth like sharing with people, you know. So then it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I'm like, the only thoughts I want to share are my frustration of not having anything that's like really hitting with people in general, you know. Or I'm like, I feel alone, I feel like no one cares about me. And I think part of that struggle is like naturally I never really liked social media, like when Twitter or like Facebook and like even MySpace, like I was reluctant with every single social media. Like I was just like, I don't want to do it. I just want to like be myself, and like it's like. But for me, I eventually found like, okay, I can bond with people over like things that we like. Like I can make silly jokes about these movies, and those people saw those movies, so it's actually a cool, you know, like interaction I can have. But generally speaking, I don't really love it. Like I'm not someone who like wants to talk about what I'm eating. I don't want to talk about, you know, like I only want to share like fun thoughts or like jokes, and I want to like I want to enjoy the internet. I don't want to go online and just be mad. Or I feel like I can like I bond with people over you know, like the positive things, and like I try to find community and stuff. But lately I've been kind of like spiraling a little bit, where like I feel like I don't have anything that's really worth sharing, so then I don't share. But then when I do share, I'm not being rewarded by the algorithm because I'm not being consistent, so then I feel like I'm, you know, it's less likely for people to see what I'm posting. So then it becomes like this weird like dog chasing his tail situation, where like I'm just trying to keep up with the algorithm, so like people at least see my posts, but then when they do see them, I'm mostly getting upset, and I'm just like, oh, nothing I'm saying is good, you know. So it just sucks, dude, and I hate feeling like that. And I think the answer is probably just like stop thinking about it and just keep posting, you know. And like but I think the issue
just be basically.
Yeah, because I mean, in reality, dude, I think the issue is when I first got on Twitter, for a long time, I was just talking to the void. Like I was just posting to no one. Like I was just posting whatever I wanted, and to no response. Like literally crickets and tumbleweeds. Like nobody was there for me. And then eventually, people started kind of like seeing what I would post, and they'd latch on and be like, oh, that's the guy that does this. And it's like, dude, a lot of my early Twitter posts are like, do I have a Twitter personality yet? Like, do people know who I am yet? I don't know, like, how to... I think my problem with social media has always been that I'm bad at branding, like, specifically, you know? Because I was just like, I'm a person, like, everyone's a person. We're all, like, these multifaceted and weird, complicated beings, you know? Or we do all this different stuff, and, like... But it's so much easier for people who are like, I just want to be known as the person who bakes. You know, like, I just want to be known as the person who makes purses, or whatever it is. So it's like, I don't necessarily have that. And like, as a writer, I'm not just a novelist, or just a you know, a children's book author, or just a comic book writer, or just a, you know, but it'd be so much easier to just be like, I'm a comic book writer. Like, where are my people? But for me, I'm like, I like writing other stuff. I want everyone, and I'm sure a lot of people, if not everyone, but like most people probably feel that way, where it's like, no, I don't want to be like pigeonholed, you know? But that's the easiest way to get like attention, is to define yourself so specifically as the silhouette of a hero and be like, hey, I am, this is me, hear me roar.
This is who I am, yeah.
This is who I am. But like, but you know, like, if you were gonna pull the like child animal sounds thing for Anthony, it wouldn't just be like, I write comic books. You know what I mean? Like, it was like it would have to, just like you or just like anyone else.
It would have a wheel of different animals on it that say different things.
Exactly. And like, I feel like we're all the wheel of different things, but the best way to get noticed is by being the cow says moo, and the cow's probably like, I also say hello, motherfucker. Like, get out of here. Like, I have a whole language. You don't know my language. Don't tell me what
the dog also says cranberry sometimes. I mean, it's not just woof. Okay?
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I've been having that trouble lately. I think the answer for me is to remember that I don't just say moo. Like, I don't just say ba or whatever. You know, like, and I think that some people do, and that's I can try to just be like, that's good for them, and it's like they seem to have this like advantage to a degree, you know, like, it's cool that they can do that, and I'm kind of jealous sometimes, and I don't want to like live in that jealousy and like tread that water too much. But like, hopefully people just like my weird wheel of, you know, sayings and like whatever nonsense I do, and my, you know, hello, my, like, you know, all this stuff. I don't know, all I know how to do is just keep being myself, and sometimes that means just talking about my frustration, and I like, and that sucks, but that's just the only way I know how to do it, because like I've noticed in myself that whenever I try to just kind of like bury something that's actually bothering me, it'll pester at me, it'll keep like kind of poking through the surface until eventually I'm just like, I need to talk about this, you know? I'm just like,
you just become, yeah, it just blasts through you.
But yeah, dude, so I don't know, like, I've been having that trouble, but otherwise my life has been so great. So it's just like, you know, it is funny because when I share the
but that might be why though, because maybe you're just enjoying like reality too much, that like,
yeah,
you just don't have time to keep up. But then that what's happening is you're not keeping up, which is when you do want to post something, like
exactly,
you're saying, the algorithm isn't rewarding you anymore because you haven't been posting that much. And I know that feeling too, because actually I was like kind of going through a funk the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been regularly posting, and I've seen the dip on my posts,
yeah,
like but you know, so like basically like your real life is so good that you're just not going to the internet for those little, you know, pops
like
of dopamine
hits. Yeah.
You're getting
true.
plenty of dopamine in the real world, so
it's true,
you know,
dude.
Count your blessings type thing, I guess, you know.
It's true. It sucks so, because like there are so many people on Twitter that like I really do appreciate and like I love interacting with, but it feels like it's just crazy. It's just hard to juggle everything sometimes. And like I know right now it's just like anything else. Like right now I'm treading through that particular quicksand. I'm just like, I'm making it through, you know, and it's just like, it's fine, and I'll make it through out the other side. But yeah, like part of it is I spend a lot of time like talking to my girlfriend, and just like any other like relationship, like new relationship, where it's like you feel like you're kind of neglecting your friends. I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm neglecting my friends. I still have my friends and I like them a lot, but I am excited about this other thing, you know, like, so it's like, crap, what do I do? So I guess that's
changed, bro.
Yeah. So I used to be about the music. Yeah. But that's what it is. I feel like I'm neglecting my friends for my girlfriend. And I know that's a thing that happens a lot. And I know I've done that in the past. I know you've done that a bit in the past too. So it's like, it's weird because I'm trying to navigate it in like the best way possible, which I mean for now is just talking about it and trying to figure it out, you know. But I do think it's always going to be better to focus on the humans that are actually actively in your life, you know.
Of
But I'm,
course.
but I'm trying, you know. You so speaking of her, you got to actually meet her this week.
Yes. And I mean, you already set the stage for me to know like how amazing. I mean, you talk about how amazing she is consistently. So I wasn't nervous, but yes, she was as amazing, if not more so than what you even set the stage for. And then even her and Tina were completely hitting it off and having a great time too. So yeah, no, she's absolutely incredible. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah, no, she really is like, I was impressed by how quickly I was able to comfortably, mind you, just talk to you and not be concerned about what they were talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it was very easy to jump and make it
yeah.
4, make it 2, make it
So
2 this way, make it 2 that way. Like it was just
So
yeah.
Steven and his wife Tina met with my girlfriend and I, and we all hung out, and we were able to just like navigate a 4-sided conversation, and then to make it 2-sided conversation. That's so interesting how that works. Like those dynamics.
It was
of,
so
like,
easy though. It was
yeah,
it was effortless already.
I love it. Oh, I love that stuff. I love being able to like, because it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it feels like, oh, okay, I guess we're all talking about this all night. Even like, what do I do? You know, not with you guys necessarily, but with other people, and you know. But of course, with you guys, it's always just natural and amazing. And you know, like, she loved you guys and was so happy to be able to meet you. So yeah, that was really cool. So far, dude, my relationship's going really well. So I don't know how to say this, but I probably shouldn't be flirting with people online, Steven. But I am.
You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. I think our boy Anthony is dating robots.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, if you're online, you've probably seen these scammers. You see, like, there are always people who just like jump into your messages, your DMs, or you know, your private messages, and they're just like, they try to get something from you, trying to get information, like, you know, whatever. It happens to me all the time. But instead of just like deleting them or blocking them or hiding them, I talk to them. And mostly what I do is I try to get them to respond to the nonsense that I'm saying and see if they'll fall in love with me. So this time, someone messaged me, random person. I could tell by their profile that they were scammy or suspicious. Not necessarily a robot, but someone who like was working on certain prompts, trying to get information. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to lead you through a labyrinth to my heart and see if you can make it. So yeah, so let's do it. Steven, would you mind playing the role of Felicia Edwin?
Felicia Edwin 5. I sure will. Hello. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm a little lonely. You?
I'm free to chart. You here and am free now and you? Yeah, she said chart. It's my pleasure to meet you here and talk to you. What's your and where are you from?
What my? What's my what?
What's your name and where are you from?
Oh, my name is Jareth, and I am from the Goblin Kingdom.
Oh, that's good to hear from you. Where are you located right now? And what are you doing for a living? Actually am Felicia Edwin by name.
I'm currently in this girl's closet waiting for her to say the damn words. That's what I do for a living. I make deals with children in exchange for younger children. Sometimes I dance and or jump.
Oh, that's good. How old are you, and are you married or single?
You're only as old as you feel, right? I'm 4,000 years old. I'm single and looking for my queen.
Are you kidding me? Oh, have you ever been in a relationship with someone else before? And how's your work and family doing over there with you? Hope all's well.
A relationship? Is that where you trap someone in a confusing series of puzzles and riddles until you hate each other? If so, I've had so many relationships.
Oh, really? So what comes up on your relationship?
What comes up? Like issues?
Yes. So why are you here, and what are you here looking exactly?
A lot of complaining. Apparently, it's rude to trap someone in a dungeon and threaten to dip them in stench bogs. I am here in search of a babe. You remind me of the babe.
I am actually looking for long-lasting relationship with a decent man. Someone honest, caring, romantic, loyal, intelligent, passionate, loving, and confident, who has focus and knows what he wants. Most of all, which by the way, if that's what you're looking for, you think you're just going to randomly come across him in a DM, he would have DM'd you.
Right?
Most of all, I care for happiness and a bit of adventure in my life.
Okay. But do you have the power?
Yes. Of course, I will be happy if I can find my soulmate here.
The power of voodoo?
Yes. The yes with a ... question mark is getting me.
Who do? You do?
Yes, I do.
You remind me of the Babe. So how do you feel about masquerade balls?
Nothing. You can just go straight to the point.
What is that?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about masquerade balls.
We're not talking about masquerade balls. Let's get
I've already acknowledged your Goblin King and Stench Bug statuses. I'm done. I'm done.
Me? Well, the thing is, there are two of us talking. One of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
Then who's telling lies?
I'm starting to think you might not actually know voodoo.
What's that?
I knew it! You are not the Babe.
Are you kidding me? And that's where it ended?
That's where it ended. It was so funny. So these people talk to me, and then like eventually they give up. Eventually they're like, he's probably not going to give us his social security number and information. So Steven, what's next for you this week? What are you going to do? What are you going to do this week, or what are you going to work on?
Page 11 and hopefully 12, at least roughs of 12. But yes, page 11 definitely is what I'm going to finish this week. I also want to wrap up. I do want to wrap up the Bruno song I was doing. I just don't know what kind of video to put behind it, because I don't want to spend a bunch of time filming something. I just want to be able to present it on things like YouTube and TikTok without having maybe just a lyric video again. I don't know, but even that takes a little bit too much effort. Like I don't really know what to do. But no, for me, just page 11, and then we can probably work on the other cover that we've been working on and get that tightened up too.
Yeah, that would be cool. We definitely should. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. This week, I'm going to do my best to color 3 pages. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to try my best. This week, I almost did it. I got 2.5. I felt really good. I'm going to work on 3 pages. I've also been exercising again, which, like, I've been meaning to do. So, like, I'm also going to exercise for at least 3 days. I'm going to try for 4, but I'm like, 3 days exercising, 3 days color, or 3 pages colored. I'm going to do it, Steven. I'm going to post on the TikToks and on the social medias. I'm going to do all the stuff and all the things. I've been working on a lot of stuff, dude. It's been crazy. Like I'm also working on a new secret podcast, Steven, that I guess I'm not supposed to talk about.
I know about
Dungeons and Dragons podcast that's going to be hosted by Alex, and I'm going to be on it. It's going to be so much fun. I'm not allowed to talk about it though, because Alex said if I do, he'd hate me. And I was like, Alex, it's going to be called, I can't. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I can't.
You should just edit this part out just so Alex doesn't hate us, because we can't risk Alex.
Alex is going to love me. I love Alex. He's going to love me. So I'm going to be on the Dungeons and Dragons podcast. I'm going to play as a bard, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
You're a bard?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be a bard. It's going to be so good, dude. But this week, I already did all that stuff, so I think that kind of got like that. That took up some of the time I could have used to color. So it's like this week I'll have a little more time to color. I'm like on the ball. I'm feeling like reinvigorated and like ready to freaking do it. I can't wait. I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode so far. I had a great time talking to you today, Steven. As always, you're amazing.
As always.
Again, please comment below and let us know if Spider-Man can stick to walls with any body part. Like, if any body part can stick to walls. Can Spider-Man stick to walls with one finger is a question. And if so, are there other body parts that can stick to walls? I have questions.
Spider-Man. Sticking to walls with whatever you want.
Whatever he can.
Just
Yeah.
Comment below.
But thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. Thank you for being here for us. We really do appreciate your support. We appreciate all of you. Make sure you hit subscribe below. If you haven't already, tell your friends, tell people to watch our show. We're doing our best. We're going to get our book out soon. I can't freaking wait. Thank you all for being here for us. Let us know how we can help you. We'd love to have some of you on our show. I can't wait to talk to some of you. Steven, you're amazing. Your pages are looking phenomenal. I'm glad you're getting back on track. This book is my favorite thing that we worked on so far, and I can't freaking wait for people to see it. It's crazy.
It's looking great. I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, dude. But thank you all again. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been episode 77 of We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
Picture for Anthony. Is this a good one? Is that a good one? Oh. What is he sticking to? He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
It was almost John Mulaney.
I don't
know what I'm sticking to.
That was definitely like a love child of Craig from The Office and John Mulaney.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know
right.
what I'm doing, but I'm good at it.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna clean up your webs and you're gonna say sorry to my best friend Donna.